The Angel Island Incident, Mobius-777, Pre-CMD. The Angel Island Incident was the conclusion of the Death Egg saga. It is set on the floating island, where Dr. Robotnik carries out plans to repair his damaged Death Egg, and launch it into space to bring chaos on Mobius. It is up to Sonic and Tails to stop the evil scientist. Along the way, they also have to deal with Knuckles the Echidna, the guardian of the island, who has been tricked by the Doctor into thinking that they are the bad guys.
Time to party!
History of the Angel Island Incident, Mobius-777. Following the West Side Island Incident, Dr. Robotnik's Death Egg falls from orbit and impacts the floating island along the way, thus pushing the island into the ocean and creating a giant tsunami. Fortunately, the island does not sink into the sea, instead it stays slightly above the sea as if nothing has happened. Having survived the crash, Robotnik is aware of the energy of a giant Chaos Emerald on the island, which he can use to relaunch the Death Egg. With this new plan in mind, the Doctor starts to build a base on the floating island, while catching the local animals to turn them into batnets. Days later, Dr. Robotnik meets Knuckles the Echidna, the guardian of the floating island. Aware of the Echidna's position and duty, the Doctor falsely tells them that he is a kind scientist who has come to investigate the Death Egg. He also warns them about Sonic, who he says is an evil hedgehog that plans to steal the island's Master Emerald. Believing Robotnik, Knuckles teams up with him to stop Sonic. After blowing up the Death Egg, Sonic and Tails follow the Death Egg as it falls on the floating island. Just to clear up some inconsistencies, between the fall of the Death Egg and Sonic and Tails arriving on Angel Island, launch base is built in that time frame. It's not exactly built. He uses the remains of the Death Egg to build launch base. He does it pretty quickly because he has a horde of batnets. I don't know how Eggman does it so quickly, but we haven't got any confirmation, so yeah. There's still a massive plot hole there. No matter how much I cover it, never understood how he built the launch base zone in that short amount of time where Sonic and Tails finally arrive on the island, and as soon as the Death Egg explodes, they go straight to Angel Island. That's how brief it is. They go straight to Angel Island. Because there's probably a really far distance between it, so it might have taken them hours to do so and stuff. Either way, back to the video. Arriving with Tails on the floating island in the tornado, Sonic uses the 7 Chaos Emeralds to turn supersonic and begins exploring the island while his friend follows him. Shortly after the hedgehog arrives on the island, however, Knuckles pulls off a cheap shot on him from below, causing him to lose his super state and dropping the Chaos Emeralds. The Echidna proceeds to take the emeralds before running off. Now having to retrieve the emeralds again and stop Robotnik, Sonic and Tails make their way across the island, dealing with the Doctor and Knuckles' attacks along the way. Eventually, they arrive at Launch Base Zone, Dr. Robotnik's base, where he almost finished rebuilding the Death Egg. At the end of the zone, the spaceship is ready to take off. In an attempt to reach it, the duo hitch a ride with a nearby Egg Mobile, though Knuckles keeps it from proceeding with it. Fortunately, local tremors causes him to lose his balance and fall down from the pillar he is on, allowing Sonic and Tails free passage. In the end, the heroes manage to jump onto the platform on the Death Egg just as it is about to take off. Their Robotnik return to defeat Sonic through excessive force with big arms. As Sonic and Tails defeat the Nemesis once more, the battle has already taken its toll on the Death Egg during a critical point in its launch, and the Space Fortress plummets back to the floating island while Sonic and Tails watch from afar. Meanwhile, the Death Egg lands on the floating island's volcano, still intact enough for Dr. Robotnik to salvage and relaunch it. Aware of this, the heroes continue their mission to destroy the spaceship. However, their quest is suddenly interrupted when they spot Knuckles appearing from a hidden door in the frigate. After carefully examining the facility, the Echidna disappears into the forest. Once they know he is gone, the Hedgehog and the Fox emerge from their hiding place and open the door from where Knuckles came out with a nearby switch. Inside the hidden room, they are caught in an overflowing, dazzling light. Taking a closer look inside, they see a super ring. Unable to quell their curiosity about what this ring could be, they touch it, causing them to be taken to Hidden Palace Zone, a giant solemn hall with a pristine altar. There they see 8 pillars with the Master Emerald and some other stones, which they use the power of the emeralds to become inert Super Emeralds. Filled with questions, Sonic and Tails decide to set off to power the Super Emeralds, stop Robotnik from relaunching the Death Egg again, and uncover the mystery of Hidden Palace Zone. Making their way through the floating island, Sonic and Tails arrive in Lava Reef Zone, the location of the Death Egg. In an attempt to stop the heroes, the Space Fortress uses its laser eyes to reactivate the volcano. Surviving the extreme heat, the duo arrives in Hidden Palace Zone again, where they battle against Knuckles. After the Echidna Echidna is defeated though, he and the heroes witness Robotnik stealing the Master Emerald. Enraged, Knuckles tries to stop his former comrade, only for the latter to execute him and leave. Realizing that the Doctor had lied to him, and that Sonic and Tails were actually trying to save the floating island all along, the Echidna takes the heroes to Sky Sanctuary Zone, where the Hedgehog and Fox continue onward, dealing with Mechasonic Mark II along the way, before managing to get aboard the Death Egg as it continues to ascend into the stratosphere. With the Death Egg revived again and having it made into space, Sonic and Tails pass through Dr. Robotnik's many contraptions, before fighting the Doctor and his Master Emerald powered giant Egg Robo Mark II. After losing the battle, Robotnik tries to escape in his Egg Mobile with the Master Emerald, only to be stopped, triggering a chain reaction that causes the Death Egg to crumble and explode. However, the Master Emerald remains in space amongst the wreckage, which Robotnik attempts to escape with his final weapon as a last resort. Calling upon the Super Emeralds, Sonic transforms into Hypersonic and gives chase to the fleeing Doctor. Another profound battle ensues between the two forces. Sonic prevails in the end, managing to rescue the Master Emerald and destroying the final weapon in the process. With Robotnik's getaway foiled, Sonic returns to the Master Emerald to its rightful place on Angel Island with the assistance of Tails. Knuckles befriends Sonic and Tails. Mechasonic Mark II plots an attack on the floating island after the destruction of the Death Egg. To aid in its plans, it makes the Egg Robo its subordinates and sends it to fight against Knuckles. Well, later, the Echidna is relaxing in Angel Island with some animals. They attack with a bomb that is thrown by the Egg Robo. Fortunately, either by toughness or luck, Knuckles survives the bomb and takes off after the Egg Robo. Making his way across the floating island, Knuckles has many battles against the Egg Robo, eventually arriving in Sky Sanctuary Zone, where the floating island is shown falling slowly from the sky. The Echidna is caught by the Egg Robo using the Egg Mobile's hook, and is brought to a reactivated Mechasonic Mark II. As the robot is about to attack Knuckles though, the latter frees himself at the last moment, making the Mechasonic Mark II accidentally destroy the Egg Mobile and the Egg Robo in the process. Immediately after, a battle between Knuckles and the robot begins, with the former emerging victorious. However, the Mechasonic Mark II uses the stolen Master Emerald and its power to gain an advantage in its super state. Despite this, Knuckles still wins the fight. Immediately afterwards, Sky Sanctuary Zone starts to crumble. Sonic will appear in the tornado to save Knuckles, this time as Hyper Knuckles and the Master Emerald. He will then take them back to the floating island, which will start rising high into the sky again. And that is it, guys. That is it. That was a very spectacular video, don't you agree? If it was truly spectacular, please like and subscribe. Honestly, and by the way, this was the canon Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This is canon, guys. This is 100% canon, original, and straight from the game. This is straight from the game. It makes 100% sense, and if you're looking for something that is canon, this is the video for you guys. But that is it, guys. Again, I have already said it. Like and subscribe and do all that good stuff. Thank you for watching this content. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.